Foreword and intention. There are moments in life that quietly reshape us. Moments that forever change how we see ourselves, one another, and the world around us. Often they arrive through beauty. Sometimes they arrive through profound hardship. Yet, if we are willing to remain open, both have the capacity to return us to what matters most. This book was born from one such journey. More than a decade ago, I began exploring the world of earth medicines more deeply. After learning that my mother had been diagnosed with terminal breast cancer. What began as a search for healing gradually became a path of study, service, stewardship, and deep personal transformation. That journey carried me far beyond books and classrooms. It led me into the Amazon rainforest and throughout regions of South America, where I had the privilege of spending time with indigenous elders, healers, and communities whose relationship with the natural world has been cultivated across countless generations. While every tradition is unique, I was continually humbled by a shared understanding that humans are not separate from creation. We are participants within it. Some of the greatest teachings I received were never spoken during ceremony. They were learned by observing how people listened to the forest, honored the rivers, harvested with gratitude, prayed before receiving from the land, and understood that every living thing exists within relationship. Those experiences profoundly reshaped my understanding of healing, stewardship, and reverence for life itself. Along the way, that path eventually led me to an extraordinary dream. Stewarding a 60-acre regenerative cacao farm in the Costa Rican rainforest, known as the Wonderland Project. At the time, I believed I was being called to grow cacao and steward remarkable plants. Looking back, I see something far greater unfolding. The land became the largest prayer I have ever lived. It taught me about regeneration, patience, grief, community, responsibility, and wonder. It also introduced me to indigenous wisdom, remarkable teachers, and lifelong friendships. It also brought some of the greatest challenges I have ever faced, including a violent crime that forever changed the course of my life. After that experience, I returned to the United States Embassy in Costa Rica to complete my report while being escorted by 2 United States Air Force pararescue men. As they stood beside me, I experienced an overwhelming sense of safety and protection that I had rarely paused to consider. In that moment, my thoughts turned to my own brother, who had devoted his life to military service. I realized how much I had taken for granted. Not only the sacrifices of those who protect others, but the countless ways God places people in our lives exactly when we need them. Those 2 servicemen became a living reminder that even in our darkest moments, we are not abandoned. There are people willing to stand in the gap. There are quiet heroes among us. There is grace that often arrives wearing ordinary clothes. And as I look back over this journey today, I no longer see it simply as a decade of studying earth medicines. I see it as a decade of discovering that every authentic path of healing ultimately invited me into a deeper relationship with God, with creation, and with my own heart. That understanding shapes every page of this second edition. This book is not an invitation to take any particular earth medicine. Rather, it is an invitation to approach every healing path with reverence, discernment, humility, personal responsibility, and deep respect for the intelligence woven throughout creation. Whether your journey ultimately includes earth medicines or not, preparation matters. Education matters. Community matters. Prayer matters. And discernment matters. This work is offered first and foremost as a guide to the thoughtful preparation and harm reduction. Throughout the years, I have witnessed how intentional preparation can create a stronger foundation for meaningful healing, while inadequate preparation can sometimes contribute to unnecessary fear, confusion, or re-traumatization. Every person's journey is unique, and no outcome can ever be guaranteed. My hope is simply to help you enter any experience with greater awareness, wisdom, and respect. Before you assume this is some overly serious, incense-filled guru gathering, let me reassure you, nature has very little interest in protecting our carefully constructed identities. Growth can be beautiful, humbling, unpredictable, and occasionally hilarious. You may cry, you may laugh until your sides ache. You may discover that what needed releasing had very little to do with what you expected. Somewhere within that honest unfolding, something sacred often begins to emerge. We are living during a remarkable period of renewed curiosity about ancient healing traditions. Around the world, researchers, practitioners, indigenous elders, clinicians, and seekers are exploring conversations that bridge traditional wisdom with modern understanding. My hope is that this book contributes to those conversations with humility, curiosity, and respect. Within these pages, you will find a practical guidance, personal experience, thoughtful preparation, and extensive educational material exploring a wide range of traditional earth medicines and related practices. My intention is not to persuade, but to educate. Not to promise, but to prepare. Not to create followers, but to encourage thoughtful, informed, and prayerful discernment. If these pages have found their way into your hands, perhaps you are simply seeking to understand what is available. Perhaps you are supporting someone you love. Perhaps you are preparing for your own journey. Whatever brings you here, I hope this book serves as a trusted companion, one that encourages careful study, wise counsel, and deep respect for both the gifts and responsibilities that accompany this work. If there is one truth this journey has taught me, it is this: we do not walk through profound transformation alone. May these pages help you become more available to the wisdom that has always surrounded you. In creation, within your own heart, in the people who walk beside you, and in your relationship with God. With deep respect, gratitude, and love, Tami Sue Snow.